Good morning, everyone. I'm that dude over there, and I asked 4 of my friends to invent a rule set that will challenge my skills in Pokemon challenge runs. My goal is to complete each of these runs in order, and similar to the gauntlet before, if I fail any of these once, I have to go back and do them again from the beginning. So before I choose which run to do first, I received a list of all their challenges. That way I could plan accordingly. If one challenge seemed harder than another, I could rearrange which one I'd do first for a better playthrough experience. Also, I apologized to one of my colleagues. They offered a rule set, but it was not very challenging and seemed to benefit me more than the game. It was more or less level caps and Pokemon get their hidden abilities. I was allowed to choose any Pokemon for my starter, but these rules aren't that interesting, and the most it would do is finally get me investing into PK Hex. Sorry again, but anyway, let's move on to the first rule set. They haven't appeared much, but these guys are the ones that appear in my Turnabout series. So give a round of applause for the D&D Overlord who has graced my appearance with a pretty threatening run. They proposed a solo run with randomized starters, with randomized evolutions, and movesets. The loose condition for the run is if I faint 3 times. After this, I would have to re-randomize everything and try again. However, he also allowed me a Pokemon for 8 gems and the Tate and Liza battle. The run is probably the toughest compared to the rest because of how widely the usefulness of the starter will be. I could theoretically get Marshtomp as a starter, who has strong offense and defense, only for it to evolve into Love Disc, which has great... well, it loses its ground typing, so... not only that, but there's a wild chance that whatever I get doesn't get a move that aids it in battle. I could get a Gengar that's built like a Machamp, or a Mewtwo running Splash, Protect, Detect, and Safeguard. I figure if I bite this run out first, the rest will seem easy by comparison. So let's dive in. After introducing myself to the professor's daughter, I quickly slide into the next route and open the professor's bag. Our choices are Weepinbell, Machop, and Umbreon. As much as I love to pick Umbreon or Weepinbell, I want to engage in the challenge he set up, so really our only choice is Machop. We check the stats for Machop and holy crap! Hyper Voice and Brick Break at level 5 with Guts? I feel so bad for this run, I'm going to blow through it. It doesn't help that we get Blast Burn at level 13. Roxanne gets absolutely decimated by our new friend, and Brawly doesn't put up much a chance either. And with Brawly's TM for bulk up, we build a literal unstoppable monster. You know, so long as we don't fight psychic types. Not even the rival fight that kills speedrunners or Watson could stop the mythical beast that is Machop. I wonder what he'll evolve into. So much for randomized evolutions. With this new evolution, Flannery and Norman also fall to the might of the Overlord of Dance and Destruction. We pick up the TM for Ice Beam, like always, and since our Overlord is part water type, they can learn Ice Beam, meaning that Winona also fucking dies to our overpowered monster. But here's the thing, a major part of our victory lies because of our level. Fun fact, they, nor did anyone who sent me their challenge run, mention anything about level caps. So my take on it was that the only time I'd unnaturally level up my team is to either the lowest or the highest of the next gym leader. However, because this is a solo run, my Dark and Devious Overlord got all the experience from all the battles, meaning I didn't need to artificially level them. By the time I did hit Winona, Delectable and Dominatrix Overlord was 20 levels over her ace. If things didn't slow down, there's probably a good chance we'll begin to get overpowered for the Elite Four before we even reach them. As we make our way to Lily Cove, we run into a shiny Gloom. Now, we can't add it to the team, but because of the rarity, I decided to catch it and box it for the rest of the run. Once we get to Tate and Liza, we suffer our first defeat of the run. Obviously, it was because of our Psychic type weakness, but with lack of trainers to fight, we decided to use 2 rare candies we found along the adventure to boost the detained and dethroned Overlord by 2 levels. I was planning on saving these for the Elite Four, but with our first real roadblock, now would be the time to use them. On our second attempt, we do much better as we set up with 3 bulk ups before crushing both of their mons with Silk Scarfed Hyper Voice. From there, Steven and Wallace provided some aid with the story as we move on to Sootopolis Gym. Juan's Love Disc is a bit annoying with Sweet Kiss and Attract, but after setting up with 3 bulk ups, Juan got swept by Brick Break. Normally I would use this time to lay out our team while we prepare for the elites, but in this case, there's only one Pokemon to talk about. Our divine and disastrous overlord, the Poliwrath with Water Absorb, has been with us for the run and has had a little moveset changes, his moves being Brick Break, Bulk Up, Hyper Voice, and eventually Ice Beam. He reached level 70 and the Elite Four was incredibly easy. Brick Break sweep for Sydney, Ice Beam sweep for Phoebe, and repeat these steps for Glacia and Drake. Once it came to Wallace, we just spammed Bulk Up on his Wailord, and once we were ready, plowed through his team with Hyper Voice and Brick Break. The rule set could have been the hardest of the 4, which is why I started with it. But instead, I got Super RNG Blessed, which allowed for an easier time at the expense of the great run. But with 1 down, I've got 3 more to go before I can finish. But if you think this run is invalid and I should do it again, let me know in the comments below. And while you're down there, why not like and subscribe, as it helps idiots like me who suck at promoting videos. But until next time, stay safe out there.